Hey y'all, I'm Lily O'Reilly. This is Lily O'Reilly Reviews, and today I'm going to walk you through the process of getting started on Fancentro, as well as some introductory tips that I've found over my time on the platform. So let's get to it, huh? Hey, so I've had a lot of people ask me about this, and I finally decided to see if I can put together kind of a 101 on how to operate on Fancentro. Now, Fancentro is one of the more popular websites used for selling premium Snapchat subscriptions. Why would you want to sell a premium Snapchat subscription? Money. Money would be why, yes. Honestly, if you're already an adult content creator, selling a premium Snapchat is a great way to attract a further audience base for your clips, camming, whatever else it is that you do. It is not something that takes a ton of time, honestly, and you can develop some very rewarding interactions with your clients, customers, etc. If you do not already make an SFW content, but you're wanting to break into it, selling a premium Snapchat is a way of dipping your toe in the water without necessarily having a huge barrier to entry. You don't need a good camera, a great mic, an amazing light. Like, people who are buying premium Snapchat subscriptions are looking for everything from hyper-polished stuff from the Vixen BTS team all the way down to people like you and me who are amateur or pro-amateur creators. So no matter what it is that you're selling, it's very likely that you can find someone who considers you their ideal person. So, with that said, I'm going to kind of give you a rundown first on my most recent statistics on Fancentro so that you can get an idea of whether or not I'm talking out my ass, to be quite honest. And I will admit, I am not a top-tier creator on Fancentro. My premium Snapchat is one of the primary things that pays my bills every month, but please, please, please don't expect, especially if you're like me and you have a smaller following. So like my following, I don't cam. I have not cammed in years. I do not have a cam following. I don't do Twitch. I don't have any kind of gaming following. I do not have a massive Twitter following. I have maybe 5,000 followers on Twitter. I have 49K followers on YouTube, and I love every one of you beautiful people. I do. I love you all. But that is my primary audience, and I would say that I have maybe a 1 or 2% conversion rate between that and Snapchat. Maybe. The primary places that I attract customers for my Snapchat are via the Fancentro interface itself, because it puts you into a large directory where people can find you. They can search for you via tags. I also get a lot through guerrilla marketing, which we will talk about in a minute. So my stats, going to pop them up here. My all-time revenue is $17,930. That's the whole time I've been on the website, which I think has been 2 or 3 years. I am not pulling a ton of money. I am pulling maybe, I think I'm pulling maybe 5 to 7K a year off the app. My next payout that is scheduled is $239.44. This varies because your payouts are determined by when they signed on and how long their subscription is, because you can subscribe for 1, 3, 6, or 12 months or lifetime. Some months I get paid more than others. Some months I will have 2 $600 checks. Some months I will have a $240 check and then like a $130 check. Like, it varies. At this moment, I have 74 active subscribers to my Snap, not to my feed, which is separate, and we will discuss that in a bit. but to my Snap, I have 74 subscribers. I believe at my highest, I had about 100. It is, you don't have to have. And Amberly Rothfield, if you haven't followed her channel, I will link it up here. I'll link it down there. I'll put it in the description. She's phenomenal. She very clearly talks about the fact that you don't need to have 10,000 followers or subscribers in order to make money. You just need to find your core client base, and you need maybe 100. When I had 100 subscribers, I was comfortable. 74 is a little lower than I like, but I also haven't been promoting it very heavily, and I did lose my main account right before quarantine started. So that's another thing. My Fancentro page, my lilyoreilly.xyz, has 2,451 followers. Followers just means they've clicked the follow button. You are saved in their profile because they like what you do. They may want to subscribe to you later. They may be waiting to see if you're going to do free shit. They want notified if you go on live cams, anything like that. Today, I got 2 new subscribers and 2 subscribers expired. These are separate, so 4 people made a monetary thing with the page today. This happens. There have been days when I've had 7 expired subscribers and no new ones. It really varies. Don't get disheartened if you have some days where subscribers drop off. It's a thing. And this week I've had 115 page opens. That literally just means people clicked my page 115 times this week. This is not the most opens I've ever had. I've had like 500 opens in a day before. It just depends on a lot of things. Do not get super obsessed about that metric. And then I have my page link, which is lilyoreilly.xyz. They gave me that domain for free for the first year. I then paid $13 a year to renew that domain because instead, if I did not have the .xyz, I would have to use fancentro.com/lilyoreilly. Much harder for people to find and for people to follow. Instead of using the .xyz, quick, easy, it's the same username I use everywhere, much easier for people to find it. And also some sites, like perhaps Snapchat, don't directly tag that one, but they do know that the Fancentro link is naughty, naughty porns. Now, talking about that, I'm going to share something I do that most people might not do, but that I think is incredibly important for your Snapchat. Have multiple accounts. Have 2. At least 2. Have one account that you post your shows on. One account that all it is for is when somebody friends you, you friend them to that account, and that is where your shows happen. Have a second account, which is your, I interact with people on this account. I have a public and a private Snapchat. My public Snapchat is the @Lilibunt. Anybody can friend me there. I put that out in stickers, in business cards. I put it on Twitter. I give it to people. If you want to follow Lily O'Reilly, you follow her at Lilibunt. That's where I post dog pictures, pictures about my day, rants about work, behind the scenes photos. Nothing gets over PG-13, but it's the thirst traps. It's the here's a taste. Here's what my life is like. Here's what I'm like. You should like me. And then if somebody likes me, I go, oh, you want to see more. You want to see my titums. Go there. And I send them to Fancentro. Then when they go to Fancentro, they can turn around and be like, I subscribed. I'm like, okay, cool. Then I add them to Secret Snap. Secret Snap. I don't give the name out. Doesn't matter. They add me there. Then they have access to the show. Much easier that way. Because here's the problem. I lost my public Snap. I used to be, I think, Lilibund with an E. I had that Snap for a very long time. And then for some reason, a bunch of people marked me as a spammer, and that account, gone. Overnight, no warning. I lost a full roster of 5,000 friends on Snapchat. Gone. Just gone. Sucked. I am still rebuilding because I lost all of that. Now imagine how much harder that would have been if I had lost that while I also had 100 people that were members of my secret snap, my premium snap. That would have been a super serious issue, because when that snap was down, in the days it took for me to figure out a way to get a new snap, because when Snap bans you, they don't just ban your account. Sometimes they ban your whole phone. It's great. So while that phone was foobar, I could still post shows. I could still add people who subscribed to me. This continued with no issues with service. Genius brain. That's what that was. Total galaxy brain. And I'm rebuilding my public snap, and life goes on. But if you mash them both into one, you can lose a lot if it goes down. Now, this isn't to say that I don't do NSFW things on my public. My public has a secret story, because you can make stories that you can restrict to certain friends. When someone is added to my private snap, they are also added to my public snap, and they get coded with an emoji in their name. That way I know that they are one of my premium people. That means that when they message me, I message them back. They get more attention. They can send me NSFW pictures, and I will interact with them pleasantly, because I honestly really like that stuff if it's coming from somebody that is a real life friend or has contributed to me. Then it's fun. I don't interact with that stuff when it comes from randos, because I don't care. They also get access to a secret story that is only accessible to people with the special premium emoji in their name, where I'll post things like flashes or little NSFW behind the scenes shit, because I know my premium guys aren't going to rat me out, because then they lose access to the hot premium stuff, you know? Cool. So now that I've run you through the gist of how to have a public and a private account, which is very smart. Oh, but Lily, how do I do a private account? If you have the cash for it, or you know somebody that has one, get a slightly old iPhone. Not like an archaic iPhone. We're not talking a brick. But if you get one that's like... So I had one of my amazing, amazing premium dudes give me an iPhone X, I think, because he was upgrading and he didn't want it anymore. That is my Snapchat phone for premium. That's all it's for. I don't even have data on it. It has Wi-Fi. So when I'm here at the studio, I can hook it up to the Wi-Fi and do the show, put it straight on Snapchat. If I do a public show or a show that's not here or at home, yeah, I've got to wait until I get the phone somewhere with Wi-Fi to upload. I've absolutely camped out in the parking lot of a McDonald's to upload a show before. It happens. But if you can get your hands on a slightly older iPhone, do it, install Snapchat on it, use it as your premium phone. Super useful. You can get them frequently on like Facebook Marketplace, Let Go, things like that. And it's a little bit more expensive, but it keeps your account safer. I specifically say iPhone because the image quality on an iPhone is better than that on an Android for some reason with how Snapchat's designed, just so you know. Now, what can you post on your Safe for Work? I actually went on the Fancentro site and I found the listing of what you can get away with. So, Safe for Work means do not post. No nudity. No nudity. No pink bits. We don't do that in public because you can't control who attaches themselves to your public account. And I've had 15-year-olds hit on me on the public account, and you have to just be like, no, you're a baby. Go away. Block. Because A, they're a baby. B, they're never going to be a paying customer. Tell them to come back in 4 years when they're legal. No, they don't get access to your cool shit. No nudity. No hand bras. No sticker bras. No using images to censor. None of that's okay. Do not masturbate through your panties. I know it seems like it's fine because nothing's being shown, but if you're your nethers, you're gonna get in trouble and you could lose your account. Be careful about posting thongs. They're weird about seeing booty cheeks because that makes their Puritan brains go, Don't do that. You should not have visible dildos. I will admit I break this because I have dildos. It is what I do. I think it means more of a don't have sexual dildos. Don't have dildos as the primary item in what you're doing. I've gotten away with it. This does not mean it is the safest thing. Also, I understand that there are people out there who are straight off jacking off on their story on Snapchat, but they don't have as much to lose as you do. So you have to be more careful. Make sure that your lingerie is opaque. Do not post see-through things. This is not Instagram, where if you're famous, you can get away with wearing just mesh. If you are on Snapchat, make sure it is opaque. I would not post anything more see-through than this. And this is honestly, I'm just wearing it because it's my Fancentro merch. And because it's comfy. So nothing more sheer than a very moderately to very opaque top. You can sometimes get away with it if you are directly snapping it to someone, but be aware that you can report snaps that are snapped directly to you. I do it all the time when I get unsolicited dick pics. So if you snap a promo to somebody that doesn't want a promo, or somebody that's whorephobic, or somebody that just feels like being a dick that day, and it's you doing the little hand bra with no panties, and they report that, you could lose your whole account, especially if multiple people report it in one day. Also, be careful about the dirty talk. Again, on your public story, you can't do anything about who accesses it. Err on the side of being careful. What else? Yes. Generally, to be honest, on my public snap, I don't promo. I do not post any promos on my story. I will occasionally post a snap of my computer while I'm editing content, and if somebody asks about that content, I will link them to it. Or I will post a before or an after picture of here's my show. Like, oh hey, here's my cute cowgirl lingerie for the show. That's fine. Or, oh my god, that show wrecked me and you're like flushed and your hair is disheveled. Put that on Snap. And if they ask you, then you send them a link. Don't send unsolicited links. So, now that we've run through all of that, I'm going to pop over to a shot of my computer and I'm going to walk you through the step-by-step of getting started on Fancentro, setting up your profile. I am only going to cover setting it up for Snapchat, and I may talk to you a little bit about clips and feed. But I'm not going to touch the fact that you can do an Instagram account, and I'm not going to touch the fact that you can do premium Twitter because I don't utilize those services. If you decide to utilize those services, good on you. You'll probably make more money. It's just, I got too many balls up in the air as it is. I am just a Snapchatter. So yes, off to the computer and we're going to handle that there. Cool? Cool. All right, my lovelies, let us explore Fancentro. We're going to go to fancentro.com. Then at the top, you want to click Make Money. This is where they tell you that you are going to make your fortune doing this. They have lots of lovely features. They give you lots of information. They have a university, which is great. So registration. You can register with Facebook, Google, Apple, Twitter, or by email. I generally don't agree with trying to link any of these sites because Facebook is a terrible, terrible thing that wants all the data on you it can get. Google actually does not allow adult content. If you're storing your adult content on the drive or using Gmail to do NSFW purchases, there is a good chance they will close your account, and if they do, you lose everything. I don't know much about Apple, but I would assume they're the morality police as well. If you have created a separate Twitter account for your Snapchat selling profile, or if you are already an NSFW creator, this is a perfectly good way to link things, as long as that account doesn't get deleted. Yes. I vote we do this by email. So, we are going to make up a perfectly nice name. We shall be Jean d'Arc. We are going to use my email with the plus sign because that makes it think it's different. JDA@gmail.com. And then we need a page name. This is going to be the name that people use to find you on Fancentro. For me, I used my Lily O'Reilly because that is like my work name. It's the easiest way to find me. You need to put some thought in, whether that is Big Booty Blonde or Joan d'Arc, whatever it is that makes you the most memorable and the easiest to sell, make that your page name. So we are going to be Joan.Dark. You have to check a box that says you're over 18 and you can enter into a contract, and that you agree to terms of service, which I have not read. I do not. Your screen name can be letters, numbers, or underscores. So we are going to underscore it. And I'm going to say that I do not want emails with news and updates because I don't want it. If you are wanting to sign up to subscribe to other pages in a client fashion, you sign up as a subscriber. For the rest of us floozies, we are going to create an account. All right, cool. We have created an account. Aren't we fancy? We're going to wait while this all loads in. Now this gives you access to the inside of Fancentro. You're going to want to add a page cover. A page cover is something that basically shows off what you have on offer. Real quick, I'm going to pull up my profile so that we have something to bounce this off of. All right, cool. So my banner in the back is literally just something that I put together. It's 20 minutes in Canva, and all of a sudden I had a banner. You want to put something like that up. You also want to have a photo, which is representative of you and whatever asset you sell the most of. So you're going to want to upload both of those. Your About Me, you want to put your name at the top, so she shall be Jeanne d'Arc. If you make one, you can upload a welcome video. It needs to be completely safe for work, but it's a great way to show off, hey, here's what I look like, here's what I sound like, here's a couple things that I do. It is very helpful. I have one. I just haven't edited it and uploaded it yet. You want to add photos. Photos are, I believe they show up in your About Me. Yeah, so your photos are things that you can click through that help show off you, the way that you look when you're on cam, shit like that, so they can get a better idea of what they are purchasing access to. You can post a little About Me there. Yes, that is the About Me. Mine is long because I am wordy, but it tells you like what I do, what I give when you subscribe. It tells you about the feed, which I'll talk about in a minute, the kind of content I make, and then like little tagline-y stuff to entice them to buy. Make this good. This and the photos are what really sells your page. Now when you go down, you get to upload things like your gender. You can upload your orientation. You can upload languages you speak. So Joan speaks English. Cool. And we're also going to say that she speaks French, which is also a drop down. We are going to give her a date of birth. It's going to, sure, we're going to click that. Okay. And then we're going to make this, no, why are you like this? Oh, there it is. Cool. She's going to be from 1963 because we might as well. You can pick your height in US or EU, so feet in pounds or centimeters and kilos? No, what do they do in EU? Kilograms, yes. So we're going to say she's 5'2", and she can be a nice, hearty, famine-proofed 167 pounds. You go down, you specify your eye color, your hair color. If you sign up as female, you choose your breast size. Whether you have tattoos, one, few, plenty, or inked. Whether you have piercings, none, ears, few, plenty, pincushion. Cool. Then, once you've got all of that together, you also can come up here to your links at the top. You add links. These are where people can find more about you. Link your public safe for work username for Instagram if you have one, your public Twitter if you have one, your YouTube, your website, your Pornhub, mini vids if you also sell, Custom links are great if you want to link to like specific videos. For instance, mine has a link to, here, I'll just show you. I've got Instagram, YouTube, Pornhub, Chatterbait, custom link for my Telegram group, custom link to join my free public Snap, but you cannot list the word Snap anymore. They will replace it with Story. Public Twitter, Amazon wishlist, ManyVids. I link to different, I used to do at Hydration Club, and I did a premium. I link to videos of both of those that I have put on Pornhub so that people can preview them, and then a link to your website. The other thing you can do is you can add, stop. You can add tags, literally everything from French made, French Canadian, whatever it is that you want to do. These are searchable. These help people find your site. Take the time to pick 25 good tabs. 25 good tags that explain who you are, what you do, and what you offer. You can always come back and change them later, but these really help people find you. So, down at the bottom, then we hit next step. They would very much like a page cover. All right, let's see if I can find something that's appropriate. Sure, we shall do that. It's for something I was working on somewhere else entirely, so this is going to be terrible. We're going to also, we'll use that. I was making new stickers. All right, cool. Now we have things. It needs to be unique and interesting. Please change at least 30% of the default text. Include the details, what you do, what kind of content they'll get, how often they should expect updates. Saucy and well-heeled wench who is very interested in sharing her sharing visions, both godly and beneath her skirt, with those who have the coin to access that privilege. I never spell that word. Privilege. There we go. Next step. It's only up to you if you want to list your page and make it searchable in the directory. I personally do this because it makes it easier for new people to find you. If you, however, would like to be a little more private, mind you, you are still running a Snap, you can choose not to do it. So now you can do your subscription offers. You can add reoccurring offers, which are your basic Snapchats. You can offer monthly access for 1 month for, I'm going to say $4. Nope, can't have $4. You got to have at least $5. We're going to say $6 because we're fancy. And then you can type up a description here. Then they have a new thing called perks that I will admit I'm not fully invested in. You can add additional things like things. You can add many things. We're not bothering with this because this is absolutely a 101 level, and I feel like that's at least 102. You can add restrictions. Restrictions means that if you're doing a heavy discount, only X amount of people can subscribe, stuff like that. And that's what it'll look like. Cool. So you go through and you create all of these you want to take. Reoccurring offers are the ones that will rebill your subscribers every month. One-time offers are like lifetime subscriptions. They pay a one-time fee, they never get rebilled, and they get whatever that access is. You can also add free trials. You can add free trials for however many days you want to do. You can offer it tied to a certain monthly access. If they go through the 2 days and they continue, they'll be rebilled at $6 a month. And you can include perks that we're not going to perk and stuff like that. Okay, cool. A trial is a very good way to give somebody an introductory taste. I personally would not make it longer than 3 days, but that's just me. You work with this and you figure out what makes you happy. You can do access for any number of months. I believe it is commonly done 1, 3, 6, 9, 12. No, it is commonly done 1, 3, 6, 12. But it doesn't seem to have... Aha! Okay, you can only have it up to a year. Good to know. But we've put in a monthly access, we've put in a trial, there's some kind of fan thing. Yeah, that's great. We'll get rid of that. Okay, cool. If you remove it, new people can't sign up for it, but people who have already signed up for it maintain their access. And then you have to validate your account. You validate your account via giving them your personal information. Legal name, legal date of birth, gender, country, address, city, all of it. You have to upload the front and back of your ID. You have to give them your ID's expiration date. This is so they can make sure that you are of legal age to be uploading, and this is important. You also have to validate that you are the person in the ID to make sure that somebody isn't using their ID to, catfish and sell your photos, stuff like that. You can take the photo or upload it of you holding Fancentro and today's date. You also have to upload a photo of yourself holding your ID next to your face. That's part of the Are You Over 18 rules and regulations. We will not be doing this. This is where I'm going to stop this because I don't want to put all this information in fake and make somebody have to deal with it, and you cannot go further without this. So, with that said, that is everything you need to know to start your 101. I'm going to give you a quick rundown of the difference between the feed and the clips, because they are two additional things that can very much help your earning capacity on Fancentro. So, you are doing your Snapchat. You've figured out how many times per day, days per week you want to post. I personally am going to get off of the snap of my butt while I'm talking. I personally try to post every weekday a video. So generally between 3 and 20 minutes of video. This is generally in SFW. This is generally explicit in SFW because, that's what people are coming there for. You can choose whatever level of showing that you want, but be honest with your subscribers about what they're going to be getting. People will subscribe to you still, even if you're not fully explicit, if they know what they're getting. Now, it is important for you to maintain a level of consistency. I'm going to own up that I'm not perfect. I try for 5 days a week. Some weeks I get 3, some weeks I get 1. Some weeks are just like that. But generally, posting photo sells better than posting video. No, but generally posting video sells better than posting photos. Posting explicit sells better than not posting. But I do know people that post they have Snapchat DOM accounts that sell very well. It really just comes down to what you're comfortable with and how you market yourself. And as long as you have a decent phone that can take video and some kind of lighting that works, you're pretty much good to go. This is not high barrier to entry. Now you can take that phone and you can use it to record video. And that video can be used over here in your clips because you can record. I really hope these aren't explicit. Those are all okay. Fine. You can record clips of whatever length, high def, standard def, whatever. These last two on the right are Snapchat shows that I just downloaded and am now selling as clips. People buy them. Not super frequently because Fancentro doesn't have a huge clips market, but they do sell and it is nice. And you can use this as a way to sell additional content. You can make a little thumbnail for it, you tag it with whatever it is, you write out your description, you set a price. It is incredibly useful. In addition to that, so clips are one-off. They buy one item at a time. You can also sell a feed subscription. Now, my feed is literally an archive. You can run this however you want. Some people do it like me. They post an archive of their old shows that people can go through and stream. Some people treat it more like an OnlyFans, where they post videos and photos and all kinds of content, and people use it as a hub to get a lot of their content at once. It's up to you. Experiment and see what sells best for you, and go for it. So mine, I put up literally one video every Friday, and as long as they're subscribed to the feed, they can watch all of my old videos. You can either unlock each individual one, just like a clip, which means I need to go back and fix that one, or you can subscribe and watch them all. And over time, as you get more and more things posted to your feed, it's more likely that someone will subscribe because there's more value in it. So as you can see, I have 142 posts in my feed. I think I have 136 videos in the feed, and I have 65 clips that are posted. I've been doing this a minute. Now, the other thing that Fancentro recently did is they offered the option to do live camming. You can go live. That is newish. I haven't started it yet, but it can be a very good way to turn your followers, remember how I said like I have 2,000 something followers, into subscribers if you have engaging shows, because you can start out by making your live cam, which you can do off your phone, available to all your followers, and then when you get at the point where you're losing clothes or whatever, you can be like, oh, well, this is going to be subscribers only now, so you might want to like subscribe to something so you can watch. Another thing I just remembered to tell you, see how this says free join? This is the feed button. When I make it so that people who want to try my feed get a trial, I don't do trials to premium because I can't figure out a way to make it feasible. But if you want to subscribe to the feed because it's there all the time, they can get, I believe, a 3-day free trial. And not everyone is going to do a trial and then subscribe, but you can get a fairly decent amount of conversions that way. You just have to figure out what you're comfortable giving people. So yeah, I know that we may have wandered off into the weeds a couple times during that, but I do hope that the information that I've provided to you is of use. If you would like to check out my profile, again, it's lilyoreilly.xyz. If you want to go through everywhere else I exist online, that's beacons.ai/Lillabunt. If you'd like to scoot me a couple dollars on Ko-Fi, that is ko-fi.com/LilyO'Reilly. And I would also be more than happy to answer any questions you might have. I know that getting started on a new platform can be kind of iffy, and I'm 100% here to help if there's anything I can do. If you have any questions, feel free to leave them in the comments. I'll either respond to them or stockpile them and make another video like this trying to help out. And yeah, that's what I got. I'm going to call it a night, and I very much hope that y'all are good to yourselves and good to each other. I'll talk to you later, okay? Bye.